Best weapon against your haters is a smile. I'm gonna tell you one thing they don't want to see is you smile. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you accomplishing things. Some people don't want to see you grow. They like to see the plants grow, the flowers grow. They like to see the kids grow. They just don't like to see you grow. When you grow past them, it's a problem. Long as you growing under them and you ain't got to their level of growth yet, they fine. Or when you surpass them in the way that your decisions and your choices, long as they got some dirt they can throw on you, long as they can go back in the past and pick up the dirt that you left behind when you grew, then everything's cool. You know, when you think about it, like when you growing up, you don't have the same clothes that you had back when you was 5. You're not wearing them same clothes. You're not wearing them same shoes. You outgrew them. Sometimes you outgrow people, you outgrow situations. And so some people you have to part ways with. And there are some people that you can continue to be cool with, that you can continue to have a strong bond with, because they grew with you. As you grew, they grew. But there are some people you have to leave in the past, because that's where they like to live. They like to live in the past. They cannot accept the upgraded you. They cannot accept the new you. They cannot accept the transform you. They still want to dwell on remember when. They want to stay in that lane. They want to stay in memory lane. They can't come up to this point. And there are some people that's not supposed to go to you in the next phase of your life. They're not supposed to grow with you into these blessings. They're your next blessing. They're not supposed to be there to share it with you or to see your next blessing. They were just there for that season. They were just there for that time. Maybe it was something you needed to learn from them. Maybe you need to learn how to say no more. Maybe you need to learn how to be more understanding. Maybe you need to learn how to be more patient. It was something that you were learning from them, and it was also something they were learning from you. But do not feel like saying no is a bad thing. Saying no is a good thing. You got to learn how to set boundaries with people. You got to learn how to have some standards. Even when people go to a place, different businesses, they have rules, they have boundaries. You have to learn how to set boundaries. Also, people getting too comfortable talking to these screens to where they don't have no forgiveness and no mercy for people they can see face to face, people that they do know. It kind of reminds me of this passage in the Bible where God was like, you can't see me, but the people you can see, you mistreat. So, it's the same thing with this. You can't really see all of these people. I don't care what kind of face they got up there as they profile picture on these sites and stuff. That don't mean that's really them. That don't mean that that you really know them. Even if they are using a real picture, you still don't know these folk. You're not around them enough to understand or even know how they are, or to know how their personality is. It makes it very easy for enemies. It makes it very easy for people that's against you to just flatter you and boost your ego and set you up to hurt you, or set you up to rob you, or set you up to come against you. And I feel like people don't look at it like that. They feeding this beast more and more, and it's like a greedy belly that's never full, because this beast will never tell you giving it too much. This beast will never tell you, okay, enough is enough. It's gonna keep absorbing all that information that you feed it, and then one day it's gonna just snatch all of this stuff all at one time. Everybody's videos, all this effort and work that you didn't put in, and knowledge you didn't dropped, and wisdom you didn't dropped on here, they just gonna snatch it all at one time. Just like one day you walked out the door and society was different. One day you walked out the door and the whole world had changed. A day before, a week before, you was going to events and concerts, and every business was essential. And then all of a sudden, here comes some devil saying to you that, oh, there's certain businesses that's not considered quote unquote essential, but it's essential to somebody's life. It's essential to somebody's bills. It's essential to somebody's kids that need to be fed. It's essential to somebody's goals and dreams that they built upon perfecting their business. And then all of a sudden one day some supposed to be cold, something like the common cold, something like the common flu comes over, and it takes over the world because somebody decided they were going to use that as an excuse to affect the economy, take the money away, and flip everything and change everything for their purpose and their plan that they've had in the making for years. So I'm not knocking the hustle for those that's on here and they realize that, okay, they can get Patreon and make their money. I'm not knocking it, even though I'm not on here to make no money. I'm on here to just speak and speak what's on my heart. And one thing that social media do, it can make people get things misconstrued. They can start to misinterpret what you're saying because you're not face to face. So, I've left some comments, and I'm going to keep it 100. I'm not going to co-sign women out here taking hormones, turning into men. I'm not going to co-sign that. So, a lot of people, they want them comments where everybody's slapping high fives and everybody all cool in the game with what they're doing. That's destruction. And I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. If everybody changed their gender and all the men became women and the women became men, that's a huge problem. You're messing up God's creation. I'm going to keep saying something about these quote unquote videos acting like every woman is the same. Every woman is not the same. And just because some of these men have came across some of these thoughts out here and some of these women that really didn't have no heart and didn't care about their emotions and didn't care about their man, don't mean every woman is the same. Every man is not the same. And I would say the same thing for the women that's coming down on men. And that's why I say something about these women becoming men. So, when you have a power of influence, when you have a power of where you getting a lot of people's ears, you're catching their ears, you're catching their attention, then you want to use that as a way to inspire and drop some knowledge, something that's going to restore and unify, not something that's going to divide. Now, I understand that men should be strong against women that's trying to come for their pockets or come for their heart, and they know that woman don't really love them. Yes, they should be aggressive. Yes, they should walk away. Yes, they should focus on their goals, their dreams, and their aspirations, but they should not go around dogging women that have not did them no wrong because they came across them type of women. Neither should a woman dog a man because she didn't came across a bad man. So that's my whole point. And so sometimes when when you write things a certain way, people can take that and think that you're trying to like throw criticism or throw dirt on what they doing, and you're not. But sometimes you do need different perspectives. You don't always need somebody to agree with you, especially when you don't understand sometimes that what you're saying can cause more division, even though it is helpful. Because I see things from different perspectives. So it is helpful for a man to be encouraging men to be stronger and encouraging them to be more aggressive in how they live their life and not let somebody run all over them and run game on them. It is effective, but it's also division when you got all these men following this, and now they don't want to settle down. Now they don't want to love a woman. Now they don't want to respect a woman because there's been some certain women that have tarnished that part of their heart or their mind, and what it really did is tarnish their trust and destroy their trust. And so, our people, we have been through so much since slavery, and, so much has been embedded in us to be divided and not love each other, not stand by each other, not have each other's back. So we need more videos of restoration instead of division. And so there's some channels on here that really inspire me, and I hope they continue to do what they're doing. All I'm saying, don't never forget, this is a trap. They call it a web, they call it a net for a reason, and one day they can just snatch that net, they can snatch that web with all your videos, with all your